Hi everyone, my name is Erin Stelter and this is my tribute speech. I would like to tell you a little bit about Neil Gaiman, who is an author who has meant a lot to me in my life. Let me start by giving you a quote from him that he gave while he was giving a talk about the importance of libraries and reading for young children. He says, "Fiction can show you a different world. It can take you somewhere you've never been. Once you've visited other worlds, like those who ate fairy fruit, you can never be entirely content with the world you grew up in. Discontent is a good thing. Discontent people can modify and improve their worlds, leave them better, and leave them different." So I'd like to tell you a little bit about Neil Gaiman and how he has left his world different and better. Neil Gaiman was born in the United Kingdom in Hampshire, and from an early age he loved reading. He loved reading fiction, authors like C.S. Lewis and Tolkien, as many of us also grew up reading. He's even said that reading The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe by C.S. Lewis is the book that made him want to become a writer. He started out his career as a journalist, but he switched over to writing novels and comics pretty early, in his early 20s, and he was very fortunate and had quite a bit of success early on. One of his first comics was Sandman, and that series spread over decades, and he's won many awards, and it has launched his career into what it is now. Some of his other amazing works include, in addition to the Sandman series, he's written a prequel series called Sandman Overture. He's written several novels, including Neverwhere, American Gods, and Anansi Boys, The Graveyard Book. He's written, let's see, this one's called The Truth is in a Cave in the Black Mountains, and it has some beautiful artwork in it. Many of his books have been turned into movies, like his children's book Coraline was made into a movie. Stardust was a novel he wrote that was turned into a movie. And as I mentioned, American Gods, you may be familiar with the series on the Starz Network called American Gods. It's based on his book. That's become very popular. He's also written many short stories, poems. He even wrote an episode for Doctor Who called The Doctor's Wife. That was an amazing episode if you ever want to check it out. He's also won numerous awards for all of his writing. I can't list them all now, but just a few of them are the Newbery and Carnegie Medals. He's won Hugo Awards, Nebula Awards, the Bram Stoker Award, and he also won the World Fantasy Award. He was actually the first person to ever win that award for a comic book. And he won that for one of the graphic novels in his Sandman series, and the story that he won the award for was based on Shakespeare's Midsummer Night's Dream. And that's actually a very good issue if you're interested in checking that out. So Neil Gaiman has had a great influence on others through his writing and through his career. As I mentioned, many of his works, you may have seen something that you were familiar with that you didn't realize was written by him, or seen, such as the series American Gods or one of his movies. He, as I said, he's a prolific writer. His work has touched many over many genres. He's written books for young children, all the way through adult novels, some very adult, too adult for some of us. And but he's just an amazing writer that can speak to, it seems, any audience comfortably. And he has specifically influenced me. The first book I ever read by Gaiman was Neverwhere. And it's an amazing fiction novel that I would recommend if you like fantasy novels. And it really spoke to me. He has a wonderful writing style. He has a very dry wit, and he paints amazing word pictures. And after that, I read everything I could get my hands on of his. As you can see, I've acquired quite a collection, and I've read many more than what I have here. And so I hope you can see what a prolific writer and artist Neil Gaiman is, and how he's touched many through his imagination and his words. And I will leave you with his words again. And this is from American Gods. And he says, "Fiction allows us to slide into these other heads, these other places, and look out through other eyes. And then in the tale, we stop before we die, or we die vicariously and unharmed. And in the world beyond the tale, we turn the page or close the book, and we resume our lives." Thank you for watching.